Literally the first
And that's
person.
all Uncle Ray knows about the IS-7 incident.
So that's what happened in my father's last case. The truth of the I-7 incident.
What happened at the trial?
In the end, Von Karma defeated us.
So you couldn't prove Mr. Master's innocence?
We had gathered plenty of evidence to prove it. But Von Karma was even more despicable than we thought.
He was a prosecutor who would do anything for his guilty verdict.
And that's right. And he really did use any means necessary. Because of this,
so
the
good.
trial dragged on for about a year, until it finally reached a conclusion. I'll never forget that fateful day, when the judgment was passed down, the 28th of December. It's April now, so it's been a little over 17 years. How time flies.
The 28th of December, 17 years ago, I was watching from the gallery that day.
Oh my god, earthquake! Earthquake!
Before the
Elevators.
trial, your old man noticed that Mr. Master was acting strangely. He was at the breaking point, both mentally and physically. He wanted to be found guilty.
No, Mr. Master didn't fake a confession, did he?
Yeah, that was what Von Karma was aiming for from the start. When your old man tried to expose the fact that the body had not been found, Von Karma used the power of his police cronies to quash that argument. He even went as far as to prepare a fake autopsy report. LMFing-O. Then, they made Mr. Master give a false testimony and confess to being an accomplice. With Mr. Master's confession, the situation quickly became dire. But your old man had a trump card up his sleeve.
Does he have the power of ghost too?
Was that the trump card he was talking to Detective Bad about?
Yeah, that trump card was to be our insurance, in case Mr. Master confessed. He had asked Detective Bad to have Mr. Master's interrogation recorded. Detective Bad... Oh, my fault.
That's me, silly. Detective Bad wanted to know the truth too, huh?
After he was dropped from the investigation, he never stopped caring about the case. Even when he was involved with other large cases, he really was the definition of a true detective. The defense presented the recording, which proved that the confession was forced. Well, it seems the detective in charge of the initial investigation and interrogation, Rip Lacer, took all the blame, was charged and dismissed. Still, at the trial, your old man exposed Von Karma's corruption and... Von Karma received his first penalty from the then chief prosecutor.
The only penalty in his 40 years of prosecution.
However, Mr. Master didn't want the trial to continue any longer, and the curtains closed on the trial that day with a verdict of guilty.
My memory of that time is fuzzy, but I was also there watching my father's final trial, and I think his final regrets became my own.
This is why double jeopardy is a thing, guys. Trials are very stressful. Your old man...
Yes.
Ah, fuck my throat. Your old man wanted a retrial to prove Master's innocence. But he passed on before he could fulfill his wish. After getting entangled in another case,
Bodied.
Boy got shot through the heart in an elevator.
After an earthquake.
it breaks my heart even now. that I didn't return home with him that day. And what's more, to blind myself from my own worthlessness. Uncle Ray put all of his hatred on you, as a traitor for being Von Karma's pupil.
Maybe you should have taught him something.
I'm sorry.
Don't be. It's natural you would hate me. After I became a prosecutor, I was able to get Von Karma to show me the case file. Mr. Master was found guilty for the murder of Isaac Dover.
Eh? That's not right. Isn't Mr. Master found guilty of being an accomplice?
But this case file says guilty of murder. There shouldn't be anything unresolved in the case handled by Manfred Von Karma.
Wait, can I take a look at that file?
Then the ghost of Von Karma comes to beat his ass.
It looks like the charges have been rewritten.
What?
Look at this.
The charge is accomplice to murder.
This is a copy of the original case that I received from the courts.
Why would the charge be altered?
This file was given to you by Von Karma, right? Maybe he just didn't want you to know the truth. Since you're Gregory's son, he would have wanted to avoid another retrial before the statute of limitations ran out after all.
So what I had come to believe back then had all been a lie.
If you didn't know about it, just make sure you know it from now on. The statute of limitations is long expired, but the truth still sleeps right here. After your old man passed away, Uncle Ray took over as Mr. Master's defense attorney. Although Von Karma also had another prosecutor take over the case. Perhaps he thought that since his opponent was a rookie, he didn't even need to turn up.
Turn up?
In the end, the real killer was never found, and Mr. Master was found guilty.
Oh, is there nothing we can do, even now?
No.
Since the killer was never found, he can't withdraw his confession. I found out after the trial. Mr. Masters made a deal with Von Karma because Von Karma had threatened him. If you don't confess, Catherine Hall will be held under the same charges.
That's terrible.
I don't think Mr. Master really thought that Kate was the killer, but to protect her, he faked a confession. Miles, on the day that Knightley boy was killed, why do you think Uncle Ray was at the prison?
Oh, I see.
You went to see Mr. Master, didn't you?
I said I'd visit him every day. I couldn't keep that promise, but I asked Katie Pie to look in on for me when I could. Through rain or snow, she went every single day without fail. But nothing has changed, and Mr. Master still serves his punishment.
That's so sad. Isn't there anything we can do?
I don't know.
That's why I came here. Because I knew those ice sculptures would be on display here today. So what are you gonna do, Miles?
I am a prosecutor. My position is different from you and my father.
Miles.
But, moving past my position, what I want as Miles Edgeworth is to know the truth of these two cases. It is for that reason that I am here.
You really are your father's son. Well then, if that's what you decided, I'll support you all the way. I better leave the IS-7 documents and evidence with you then. Alrighty, here are the documents. By the way, the parts in orange are Uncle Ray's old notes.
I forgot to read that. Thank you.
And now, here's the IS-7 evidence. There's a lot, so make sure to look it over while you investigate.
Eek.
Received a lot of IS-7 evidence from Mr. Shields.
Right. I'll check through it later.
Anyway, there's still so many strange things about this case.
Indeed. Those involved in the case 18 years ago have reunited and another incident occurs.
Oh, wait, who's the person that died in the fountain?
I don't remember.
Dover. No, wait, in the fountain? I don't know.
Yeah.
Replicas of the statues from 18 years ago were displayed in the Winter Palace, and poison gas was released in the Autumn Palace, which had been disguised as the Winter Palace. The two chemicals in the Pisces case, normalium and fatalium, were mixed, causing an outbreak of poison gas.
Of Megatoxin X.
The victim of the poison gas was Dane Gustavia, a person involved in the IS-7 incident. Because he was unconscious, he received treatment in the Zodiac Art Gallery's infirmary. Finally, the dead body found floating in the fountain. And once again, the ice sculptures have melted. There are deep connections between the two cases. It's possible that there are still some clues left from 18 years ago.
Hey, let's get started.
Right the fuck now. And then he shows up.
Just 1 second. Don't tell me you've forgotten about me. Didn't I tell you that I'm the one in charge of this case?
Prosecutor Edgeworth, if you intend to continue disrupting Sebastian's investigation,
I'm gonna kill you.
the word guilty will be added to your PIC report.
Penis implosion
Fuck
chamber.
this,
Let's go.
What does she mean, guilty? Please allow me to assist you in your investigation as before.
I appreciate your proposal, but I'm afraid I must overrule it. That was fast. Even though we're short on hands to identify the victim right now, it is only a matter of time until we figure it out.
We don't need your
In that
bitches.
case, I shall take that load off your shoulders at once. Regarding the identity of the unidentified body, one person comes to mind.
Really? Then tell us.
Very well. It's not just the sculptures that have made a comeback from the incident 18 years ago. The body in a fountain is...
Man, I wish I could have looked at it again, you know.
It's Larry's
Larry's what?
girl with the red bonnet.
Miss Hall?
Wait, what's on the other page? Oh, yeah,
Who? He's Sebastian.
no.
Forward
Wait,
facing
who
Sebastian.
the heck who is that next to Mr. Masters?
In between Sebastian and Isaac Dover.
Yeah.
He was already dead.
I can't stop thinking about that screenshot of that nigga on TikTok doing that face.
He is doing a Chad face.
Cheekbones.
Yeah, man, it's little Miss Catherine. She got packed up.
No, it's just him. It's the nigga that's dead.
The nigga that already died?
Yeah.
Why?
Okay. I don't
That's
know
who was in the
how,
fountain,
but,
right?
no,
Oh,
Age
I'm tripping.
dead.
he was in the ship.
Oh,
I mean, did they move his body?
I was gonna say, unless they killed him a second time, like, I don't know.
Okay. I forgot.
Well, it did say it disappeared, so unless you're trying to metagame and say, oh shit, we found his body again.
I'm not trying to do anything.
I mean, now that you bring it up, maybe that might actually be the answer.
Here we go.
That's why I assumed you were just trying to metagame and
We have
say,
plenty
oh,
of health press. Present.
I was gonna say, I don't understand logically how it would make sense, but go ahead.
Yeah, don't worry, bro.
Spoiler alert, Catherine is alive. We've seen her multiple times in the present.
Yeah,
I was like, why did it
she's
say Cass?
she's not dead, and the body they found in the fountain was clearly a man.
Also, the
Okay,
body
let's-
wasn't
I
recovered.
saw the ponytail and I was like, oh, that's a woman's hair.
Bro, I was just gaslighting to
Okay.
thinking
Like,
that someone
it
else
quite
died, bro.
literally disappeared mid-investigation.
It's likely that the
Okay.
identity of the body is the victim of the murder that occurred here 18 years ago. Isaac Dover.
Yeah, it's Icy's body.
Hey, who's that? I've never heard of him.
Alright, Jit.
I'm getting something to
Mr.
drink.
Isaac Dover, truly a gifted sculptor. But he was better known as Pierre Hoquet. The sculptures on display here in the museum are all his creations.
Ah, so in other words, that sculpture was the best. Somehow I feel a strong kinship to him.
Hope he doesn't feel a strong kinship to other niggas.
Uh-huh. And he was the victim in the IS-7 incident.
She knew about the IS-7 incident.
Prosecutor Edgeworth, the IS-7 incident occurred 18 years ago. And what's more, the police reported the removal of the body.
That's what's on the record. But I wonder if that's really the truth.
What are you saying?
The defense attorney in this IS-7 incident claimed that the body was never found. Not that the prosecution would ever admit to such a thing.
Who is it?
Ring, 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 ring. Banana phone.
Hello? Jess? Is this imposter from Among Us?
Is something wrong, Sebastian? Get off Among Us, right now.
No, it's just... They said that they know who the victim is.
Is it the best victim?
It's just as the prosecutor says. It's Dover.
No, it can't be.
Looks like I'm right
It
again.
would seem my father's suspicions were correct. What is
That
it,
was
Judge
too
Courtney?
hot.
Have you finally realized that I'm much more helpful than Mr. The Best?
Have you finally realized that I own this nigga? Hey, you! Are you trying to steal the best position from yourself?
I'm doing no such thing. I just want to know the truth. And for that to happen, we need to cooperate, no?
I'm just the best cooperator, you know?
The truth is none of your concern.
Damn.
What? Yeah, you better use that black voice on her.
Black voice.
I don't think that's true, Courtney Pie.
You again.
Yeah, it's me. I'm trying to fuck, low-key. I mean,
Yeah, I'm the veteran.
Uncle Ray, assistant defense attorney involved in the IS-7 incident. The one who claimed that Mr. Dover's body was never found. The prosecution denied it at the time, but now that the body has been discovered here. In other words, the IS-7 investigation was unjust. And isn't the duty of the penis explosion chamber to investigate corrupt prosecutors?
Ugh.
She just cringed at hearing that.
then wouldn't you want to cooperate with those who were involved in the case? Unless you have an ulterior motive.
Now that I think about it, Judge Courtney knew about the IS-7 incident, so it seems she really is here because of the PIC.
Even if you're related to the incident, I don't see how Prosecutor Edgeworth is.
He is the son of the attorney in that case, and a prosecutor taught by Von Karma himself. And once more, he was in the audience at the IS-7 trial. I'm sure there are many points that he can enlighten us on.
Ugh. Very well. I will allow you to cooperate. However, your investigation must not hinder the other investigators. The Winter Palace is currently being investigated, but the fountain patio is open to you.
That's my Courtney pie, and now we're talking.
You have no shot.
As thanks, I will allow you to have one hug with Uncle Ray.
Waiting for her to still hit him with a gavel.
Overruled. You have no shot. If I feel your cooperation isn't needed, I will have to ask you to leave.
Understood.
Isn't that great, Miles? Now we can start investigating.
You've really helped us there.
Uncle Ray did it all for himself.
That's great.
So wait, the body from the hidden inventory arc is here now?
Yeah,
Is that what's happening?
Yeah.
essentially.
Damn, how old is the body? Like, was that shit in the...
The corpse.
It was probably preserved somewhere.
You
You
know,
ever just preserve a corpse ready to throw it out on top of people? Like,
That shit was
In the-
in...
That sure
I mean,
was
don't people freeze bodies in order to preserve them? Like put them in a giant block of ice?
They use other methods too.
I watched Danganronpa.
Yeah, it's like that one caveman scene from Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
It's like, we're in there.
Oh yeah, the
Anyways,
body was trapped in amber. That's how... Let's go.
All right. Uncle Ray
Fossilized
can
tree
investigate
resin.
too. So let me know if you figure something out.
got it.
People really preserve bodies just
The
to
body was
throw
in
them at
that,
other people, though.
that cursed spirit that told you had.
Ew.
That's my son
sitting
Megami,
next to
right?
them. Yeah, no.
I still can't believe they did that.
They let that shit slide.
Alright then. Okay, let's begin the investigation.
Okay, let's do this.
We still don't know where Mr. Dova's body and the Normalium were hidden.
We don't have enough information to go on.
You're right. Our first priority is the Normalium.
Well, Normalium is used in washing detergents, paints, and the like.
If I recall, it's a red liquid with a minty aroma.
Y'all trying to smoke some normalium?
Yeah, let's get looking for that Normalium.
And she's just... Yeah, she's just smoking pot in the background.
Oh, there's Larry. There.
That
On
loser
this
up there.
service card, Miss Hall has prepared her tea set.
According to the pamphlet, the museum is also famous for its tea.
Yes, it certainly had a flavorful, rich taste.
It seems this tea set was also made by Mr. Dover.
Oh? So the tea set was made by the victim. Let's take a closer look.
Yeah.
So, this tea set was made by Isaac Dover.
Fancy stuff, huh?
Okay, I'd say this tea set is worth thousands of dollars. Please be careful with
Fancy
it.
stuff.
Eh? This tea set is such a treasure?
You know
Please don't
what?
look so excited. If I recall correctly, Miss Hall was a huge fan of Mr. Dover. Kate's favorite teapot, made by Pierre Hoquet, aka Isaac Dover.
I'm stealing that shit tomorrow. Oh, Larry.
Hey, Edgy!
Yo, what is
Didn't
it?
take your shit.
Be careful with that teapot, man.
Why must I be warned by him of all people?
Because the hoes have the teapot.
Madame and Messieurs, would you care for some tea?
Pot?
Miss Hull,
Katie! No, I'm fine. Thanks. Kay and Edgy, you guys can have some on my manly.
well, since you asked, we might as well take a short break.
That shit's poison.
Certainly.
Oh yeah, never mind.
Thanks for the tea.
I just hear Siva Gunner in my head.
Wow, it's so tasty.
Siva Gunner?
First,
Oh, the fucking
What?
Flintstones?
Yeah.
What kind of tea is this, Mr. Edgeworth?
It's Ceylon tea, known for its citrus aroma. However, Miss Hall, is this the same tea you served us this morning?
That shit is.
Yes, that is right. Was it not to your liking?
No, it's not that. The tea we had this morning had a slightly different aroma.
This will be important later.
How strange. It is the same Ceylon tea I served this morning. There shouldn't be anything different about it.
Here comes this dude. Jump in the comments.
what's wrong with you, Edgy?
What did you do to my drink?
Like nitpicking about the tea Katie so kindly prepared for you.
That scene is funny out of context. Like, niggas panicking. It's like, what do you do to my drink? And SpongeBob's just laughing. Larry, what are you getting so upset about?
I'm not upset. You're just being a rude jerk.
No, you're being
And I told you to call me Lorice. Sheesh, I'm not gonna talk to you anymore. You're not
Damn.
my friend anymore.
It's like arguing with a child.
Maurice, I wonder what's wrong.
I'd like to ask him that later myself. And I'd also need to speak with Miss Hall. I don't have any evidence that shows she is the culprit, but I dare say she is the one who set up the poison gas trap.
He's mad because he didn't get any pussy. That's what happened.
Well, he probably overheard the conversation and realized that this Hall already got a man in prison, and Larry is never been to prison, so therefore he is off the list.
He nearly went to prison.
This
these
smell
guys
and
are
this color. Don't tell me this is a puddle of tea.
Huh? There's a piece of pottery in the middle of the puddle.
Found in a puddle of tea. The design looks familiar. Touch the check button for details.
I wonder what broke.
I think I recognize the design. I should probably show this to that man and see what he has to say.
That man. The man.
D-Man?
Oh, he's that man. He went over there.
Batman, Oscar? Larry, tell me what you're hiding.
Eve was serious.
Me and my hard audience.
You two, stop glaring at each other like that.
I'm not glaring, Kate. I'm using my
I'm not-
artist perspective. Edgy's the one who's glaring.
Then, if you know what's good for you, you will tell me what you're hiding right now.
No way, dude. Didn't I say I'm not talking to you anymore?
Aren't you talking to me right now?
Got him.
From now on, I'm definitely not talking to you anymore.
I'm not going to get anywhere like this. Looks like I'll have to force it out of him.
It's time to play chess.
Yeah, my thought you threw him with the cleanest domain expansion name drop of all time.
Fuck.
Nope, we're just hitting
Larry,
his
what are you
theme again.
hiding?
Here we go.
Hey, come on! Mr. Edgeworth, this is the time to be playing around, you know?
I wasn't playing around.
Still, it looks like Laurice won't be talking anytime soon.
If he isn't going to talk to us willingly, I'll just have to force him to talk. I clicked the wrong thing.
Present something.
Larry, take a look at this.
What's that?
Larry, I've got a feeling that what you're hiding is related to the tea in this pottery shard. God damn. Well, if you're not going to talk to me, I can always hand this over to Judge Courtney.
Wait! I'm trying to keep a clean image for Justy. I don't want her to see how I've dirtied myself.
I can't imagine what part of you can be considered clean, but if you don't want her to declare you guilty, I suggest you speak truthfully now.
I got it. I'll tell you.
Larry, it's time you confess to what you've done.
How can you be so cruel to your best friend?
So
The
that's
same way
multiple
you can be
times.
so dishonest to your best friend.
Oh, damn. Fuck Phoenix, I guess. I'm just kidding. Well, you can stop glaring at me. I promise to tell the truth this time for sure. Just thought I'd pour some tea for Justy. My hand kind of slipped a bit and it broke. Accidentally broke the crazy expensive teapot.
The butt strikes again. Why am I not surprised?
Oh boy,
Damn.
you've really done it this time, Laurice.
What should I do, Edgy? Katie will hate me.
Crying to me about it won't solve anything. First, you should apologize to Miss Hall.
Come. Don't cry to me about it.
Damn, one is please.
Is that so? My teapot was.
He kissing the ground.
Katie, I'm sorry. I don't have any money, but I'll draw as many portraits of you as you like, I meant.
Damn.
Please kindly raise your head, monsieur. It is I who should apologize. I didn't notice the broken shards. It's dangerous, so I will tidy up the broken pieces. Allow me to take this piece from you as well.
No, don't.
Wasn't this tea set one of Isaac Dover's works? I heard that it was very important to you.
Yes. But there's no use crying over spilled tea. Besides, I still have another one of those teapots left.
Is she not as attached to Dover's works as she used to be?
Katie, you're so kind. Oh. That other teapot you were talking about, is that the one on the cart?
Yes.
Truth is, when I was trying to hide the broken shards, I looked under that cart. And I found a teapot that looked exactly the same, so I switched them. Nigga.
Way to go.
Like a child hiding their crime. Really?
Yeah,
Hiding their
everything's cool
minority.
now. I took great care to make sure no one would break that pot.
You. Don't brag about that when you're the one who broke it in the first place.
I'm sorry.
I don't mind. Thank you for your consideration.
Edgy. Katie's a real nice lady, isn't she?
You should reflect on how you cause trouble for people like her.
Okay, when I make it big as an artist, I'll donate paintings. In fact, I'll I'll even welcome you as my own personal model.
I think it'd be better if you just stopped causing trouble. I hope you haven't done anything else.
I haven't. I just stood around sketching beauties.
Sketching beauties.
I mean, if you're interested, I got a Patreon. You know, you can just.
I get even Mr. Edgeworth is interested in Patreons.
It's not like that. I just thought it might be another one of his strange paintings.
Edgeworth gay confirmed. How dare you! I'm very confident in my work this time.
Ooh, I want to see too.
How old are you?
17.
Oh. You gotta wait another year, sorry. Oh, I'm
No.
glad you're so honest about it, Kay. I'll get it ready, so come check it out later.
I guess I'll have him show it to me later. About that sketch you mentioned just now.
What? If you wanted to see my art, you should have been honest with me about it from the start, Bars. Look, here it is. Oh, damn.
What is this?
I already told you, it's a sketch of beauties. But just to be clear, the beauties only refers to Justy and Kate. What? Bro,
That's a pretty good
Man.
sketch, though.
Damn.
that other plump lady has nothing to do with that.
Yeah,
Wow.
Poor
quite public
Delicia.
I don't
Poor Delicia.
I don't
Then-
buy it. Like,
Why did you draw her on the same page?
well, I was taking a break from my still life painting when those beauties caught my eye. I guess I just drew them on the same page without thinking.
So, you're saying that the pictures on this page were each drawn separately?
Huh? Oh yeah, I may have drawn them at different times. Grammar, man. By the way, there's a drawing of the beautiful little Miss K on another page.
Whoa.
Wow. Beautiful, huh? Thanks.
Larry, you drew this exactly as you saw it, correct?
Well, yeah, even I can't draw what I can't see. I recreated the scene perfectly, even the delicate shades.
Delicate shades, huh? I don't want to admit it, but this picture might be of help to the investigation.
It always
Contents
is
of the
somehow.
sketch and the service cart in the fountain patio. It seems there's a contradiction between the two. I'll need to expose this contradiction using my powers of deduction. Can I borrow this sketch for a while?
Sure, I could even sign it for you if you like.
I think I'll pass. Larry drew the sketch just as he saw it.
Damn, Larry doesn't like them thick.
Thought we already. Well, no. I guess that was him in old bag a while back. I'm thinking.
Well, old bag's not even thick. She's just
Deduction.
old.
Can you spot the contradiction?
Yes, those coins should not be here. They should be in Animal Crossing. Not Animal Crossing. Yeah, the Animal Crossing map.
You mean the bells?
Yeah, the bells.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that moon looks different from the other moon that we have in our inventory. I don't know.
They do kind of look like bells.
But I mean, we don't have that moon in this,
What do you mean? Look at our organizer.
I bet you $5,000 we don't have it.
Right
Damn
there.
it.
Nigga. Let me examine it. Since it's like,
Examine what?
I want to look at the moon.
Examine these.
The teapot is shaped like the moon, while the teacups are shaped like stars. We had Ceylon tea with this tea set just now, but for some reason, I thought it smelled different from the one we had this morning. There must be some reason behind this strange feeling.
Let me look.
I think we
the
just did this
organizer.
with the moon. Oh.
Will you say table?
Organizer. Organizer. Look at that painting that fuckface did.
Fuck face.
Okay, go back.
Was she really washing shit in the fountain?
Deduce that fucking cart.
Yeah,
Fuck what everybody else is talking about.
Is this
'Cause
spot
Tablez
somehow
is always
connected to
right.
any of the evidence I hold?
Go back to the
We got
painting.
plenty of health.
yeah,
That shit is blue.
yeah.
Larry, there's something I want to ask you about this sketch.
Tables, go!
Huh? You want to lecture on sketching from the famed Professor Laurice, do ya?
No, I just need to
Dark in
ask you
here.
something. The tablecloth in your sketch, are you sure it was light blue?
Yeah, my eyes never fail me.
He has the six eyes? But the one on the service card here is white, isn't it?
Okay.
Dude,
That's a reaction.
you're
Raj.
always so busy thinking with just your head that you miss the obvious.
What's with that look on your
Damn.
face?
That nigga.
When I drew that painting, I was using the cart with the T set on it, remember? Because I was tidying up the broken pottery shards.
That's not something to be proud of.
And right then, Katie came out of the Winter Palace. I had to hurry up and hide the broken teapot so that she wouldn't notice it.
Did you just say Miss Hall came out of the Winter Palace?
That's right. This time, she was pushing another service cart. The tablecloth was light blue, just like how I drew it.
What did she do with that service card?
I don't know. She went into the Summer Palace with it, so I don't know. And when she came out, she was pushing the lift trolley.
The lift trolley.
When I called out to her, she was so surprised that she just left it there. She's so cute when she's shy.
A second service card and a lift trolley.
Maybe there were 2 tea sets along with the 2 service cards.
We'll have to verify it with Miss Hall.
Ooh, Miss Hall's in trouble.
Logic time.
I'm not really much of a logic fan, you know, but
Connect by the thread of logic.
I'm into
Well, here's-
aroma and different
so
tea
here's-
aroma.
No. What does Potter
No.
Switch say first?
Yeah. You can do what you were doing.
This one?
Yeah.
You got plenty of health.
Is that like your catchphrase now?
Not exactly a shining example of the perfect line of logic.
I think that's too advanced for what the game wants. So
Try again, silly.
try the Potter Switch then the different team.
Bow.
Yeah.
And watch the next one is gonna be because they used the never mind.
Maybe the reason
Oh, no,
why
you're
the
correct.
Ceylon tea smelled different was because the pots had been switched.
Really?
The taste of the tea itself did not actually change after all. Let's go ask Miss Hall about it in more detail.
I put weed in it.
Miss Hall, was the reason why the Ceylon tea smelled different because the pots were switched?
Yes, that's certainly possible.
It had a fresh minty aroma, not unlike that of Yuva tea, fuck.
Ah, I remember now. I prepared some mint tea yesterday.
Nice
I
cat.
am sure the aroma just happened to remain in the teapot.
Is that really all there is to it?
See,
What a difficult choice, huh?
A minty aroma was emanating from the pot Larry had replaced.
Miss Hall said the aroma was left over from the mint tea she prepared yesterday.
Indeed. She seemed less surprised to find out that Larry broke the teapot, and more surprised by the fact that the pots had been switched.
That's right. Normally it would have been the reverse. A broken teapot is much more shocking.
Yeah,
She
I
was
got plenty.
probably trying to hide this teapot.
Hide the pot?
One of the characteristics of normalium is a minty aroma. There's a possibility that she was hiding normalium inside this teapot.
What? Inside the pot?
Y'all don't hide bleach
It
inside
is
your
only a
teapots?
possibility for now, but it's one worth investigating. Mr. The Best, I assume you haven't found a normalium yet?
Damn.
Damn.
Huh? Oh.
I wasn't standing here playing Animal Crossing.
I've had the entire art museum searched, but I haven't received any reports yet. And what about you, bitch? Don't you have any ideas?
Only one, bitch.
I knew it. Nobody but me would be able to find it. Wait, what? You have an idea where it is?
Indeed.
Indeed.
Then tell me.
I'll be studying. It may have been in this
Open it
teapot that Miss Hall had used.
Oh, this teapot is pretty nice. It would make a perfect present for the best prosecutor.
It's not a present, it's an important piece of evidence.
No, it's just evidence, then throw it away or something. I mean, I guess I'll have forensics take a look at it.
Me when Araya asked me to do something.
Okay. What was that?
Sir Edgeworth,
Don't do it!
is there something wrong with the teapot I used?
We're going to die.
This teapot has a minty aroma to it. It's the same aroma as the one from two chemicals used to create the poison gas. That's what that word.
And Sir Edgeworth, surely you don't mean
Surely I just.
you suspect me of having set off the poison gas?
Yep,
I
you're
do.
under arrest.
Setting up the poison gas trap in the Autumn Palace would have required some preparation. As the curator of this museum, you're the only one who could have prepared it in advance.
I wonder about that. Preparations for the opening of the museum took a week. And I received help from both outsiders and Madame Delicia.
Yep.
I think there are people besides me who are also suspicious.
Of course, Delicia is also under scrutiny.
Furthermore, I don't even know how to create something like poison gas. Even if you found normalium in my teapot, there is no way I could have prepared the poison gas.
I'm just too fragile, you know.
Well then, I look forward to hearing the analysis results of the teapot.
Her excuse is that she doesn't know how to prepare the poison gas. I must find a way to shatter that excuse.
I couldn't have been me because I don't know how to kill people.
I know, right? Only Delicia would know how to
I mean,
kill people.
that's a W excuse, if you ask me.
She'd kill people with their fat ass.
I literally
Oh, God,
cannot
I
have
wish
killed
I was-
someone, Your Honor. That is my defense. I am incapable of killing people, therefore I am not the killer.
Miss Hall, where have you been until now?
I was showing the remaining guests out and handing out complimentary gifts as an apology. Did you require my services?
Yes, there are a few things I want to ask you about. If my suspicions are correct, she's the one who set up the poison gas trap. Hey Phaith, do you want to voice Hall? Because Steven's doing like 3 voices.
I mean, I don't mind. I just don't know if I can live up to Steven's expectation.
You'll be alright.
You could probably do maybe try and do a French accent because I certainly can't.
Is it true you keep 2 service cards on the premises?
Yes, is there something wrong?
Earlier, I was looking at one of the sketches from that so-called artist, and I noticed that he had drawn the cart's tablecloth light blue.
Light blue? Are you sure you're not mistaken, monsieur? I only use tablecloths that are pure white.
Oh, racist.
That's true. The tablecloth here doesn't have a single spot on it.
Never mind.
Yes, that's because I always change them immediately when they get dirty.
Did Larry really get the color wrong then?
Is Larry racist?
What were you doing when this sketch was drawn?
At that time, I was just doing my job as usual.
Then could you tell me exactly what that work entails? What were you doing when you were drawn in this sketch? From the looks of the drawing, it doesn't seem like you were transporting a tea set.
This was when I was delivering chocolates to all the people in the investigation.
Ah, how nice. Chocolates. I wish I could have gotten some too.
There are still a few left, so please eat these then. I made them myself though. It's possible they might not suit your taste.
Woohoo! Thank you so much.
Thank you. Perhaps it's because she had them in her pocket, but it looks like they've melted a bit. Handmade by Miss Hall. They were kept inside her pocket, so they have melted a little.
Y'all like melted chocolate?
The sweet goodness.
I'm happy to hear you say that.
These chocolates are a little misshapen, but I'm glad to get some sugar in my system.
A diabetes worth.
Yo,
I have
although they're a little too sweet for my taste.
Edgy prefers his bitter tea.
How exactly did you prepare the melted sculptures from 18 years ago?
My, so you know what happened 18 years ago? It's because 18 years ago I photographed Monsieur Dove's sculptures. Using these photos as a base, I managed to create replicas.
Replicas.
The Zodiac sculptures have been unfinished work, so I wanted to complete it somehow. Because I'm the one who accidentally melted Monsieur Dove's sculptures.
And could you tell me why the Autumn Palace resembles the Winter Palace so much?
Well, my apologies. Did they really look so alike? I think I may have gotten some of the decorations mixed up.
She's obviously lying, but I haven't gathered any evidence to prove that yet. It appears the body has already been recovered by the police.
Why was the body of the victim from 18 years ago floating in the fountain? I mean, wouldn't the body have gone all goopy after 18 years?
I don't know if I would call it goopy. It certainly would have required a special method to preserve the body.
Yeah, I wonder if such a method exists. Hey, Mr. Forensics guy! Any new information?
No, I've just been standing here all day. Yeah, there's new information. Normalium and Phaith have been detected in the fountain water.
They must have flowed through the stream from the Autumn Palace into the fountain.
Aside from the chemicals, we also found high levels of sugar. We're working hard to investigate it. Trust. Sugar in the fountain water? What could have caused that?
Ring ring.
This nigga wanna be Kuma
Hello?
so bad.
Hello?
This is Edgeworth.
I'm over here stroking my dick.
I'm over here stroking my. I mean, gumshoe, sir.
Did something happen?
Actually, right now, all the investigators.
Nice fucking girl.
Investigators, but me, have left the Winter Palace. so I can finally tell you what we found.
It's not good for a detective to be leaking out information about the investigation, but
Cough.
his resourcefulness has saved me many times these past few days.
So you Phoenix too.
He's just been in here by himself. All these sculptures in the Winter Palace have melted. There's still some liquid left in the cases, but there's less in the Gemini case than in the Taurus case.
There's still liquid in the glass cases.
Yes, sir. You just investigated the light blue liquid a moment ago. You only detected sugar in the Taurus case, but for some reason in the Gemini case, we detected 3 different substances.
3 substances.
It consisted of urine, shit, and cum.
Blood. Blood and salt were detected in the Gemini case.
I wonder whose blood it could have been. I've asked forensics to look into it, sir.
Right, I'll leave it to you, detective.
That reminds me, the forensics investigation in the fountain patio contacted me. It seems the sugar found in that fountain matches that found. What? Seems the sugar found in the fountain matches that found in the light blue liquid. Okay.
Oh, that sounds like a valuable information. Analysis results of the liquid from the melted Gemini sculpture. Is that all the new information you have found for me?
Now that you mention it, we found a rainbow light device in there too.
The device was used to disguise the Alden Palace. It seems the device was also used in the I-Sword incident. Fuck me, I can't read. It's also connected to this one. I should listen to what Delisha has to say about that.
I have to go back to investigating now, sir. Earning my paycheck and shit. Get the results of the blood test, I'll let you know right away.
Yes, thank you, detective.
Give me some cookies on the side.
It's crazy how Gumshoe dies at the end of this.
Was that Gummy calling? That sure was a long call.
Too long for his taste.
But thanks to him, we now have an important piece of information. In order to break Miss Hall's alibi, I'll need to talk to everyone involved in the IS-7 incident.
Must talk to the female toad from Mario.
Delisha, would you be willing to invade in the investigation?
Yesy, of course. Anything from Miley and Kayfabe. I'll listen to whatever you have to say.
Kayfabe?
Kayfabe. Is that like her rapper name?
I was wondering if you could stop calling me Miley.
Stop calling me Kayfabe.
That's out of the question. I can't change the name I already decided on.
I think that's pronounced Spy.
Yeah. Ugh. Even if we ask her, she won't listen to what we have to say at all.
And they start playing Kirby music for this Kirby-ass looking character.
That's crazy. Do you know anything about the decorations that are used in this museum? Specifically the fluorescent cloths and special device called a rainbow light device.
Yesy, of course I do. Because they are presents that I gave to Katie. As an apology for breaking the rules 18 years ago, I gave her 4 new rock salt lamps and 4 fluorescent cloths I use in the contest.
Wow, that sounds nice. Fluorescent cloths and rock salt lamps.
Seems like us girls can only understand how wonderful they are.
That's a cruel thing to say, Miss Delicious. I like them too, you know.
Hi! That was back when Ray Ray was still a cute little boy.
Damn.
Back when Mr. Shields was a cute little boy? I can't even imagine it.
She said you fell off.
Are
That's
they the
crazy.
same decorations you saw 18 years ago?
Probably. The rock salt lamp. and the cloth, and the rainbow light device. They all seem the same.
4 fluorescent cloths were used in the Autumn Palace, but I have the feeling I saw one more of the same cloth.
It's true! Look, I got the proof right here in my bag!
What is she searching for?
Not this. Not this either.
I remember seeing a cloth like that recently. Let's show Delicia and have her confirm my suspicions.
Sus.
Wasn't there a dirty rag in your bag that looked similar to this?
Hey, I'm not going to give any information to someone who calls it a dirty rag.
Then, would it be better if I called it a washcloth?
Hey, wrong again. It's a fluorescent cloth. Ah, oops. That was supposed to be a secret.
Please tell me all you know about this fluorescent cloth. In a minute, I'd like to ask you something since you're a pharmacist. Exactly how would one gain the knowledge required to set off poison gas?
Well, that's basic knowledge for any pharmacist acquainted with megatoxin X.
with the kill nigga device.
It even says on the warning label, danger, do not mix with niggas.
That's crazy.
Oh my.
Then, is there any way for someone who isn't a pharmacist to obtain that information?
Well, it might be possible if they've seen the angel's recipe.
The recipe book that was the grand prize of the contest 18 years ago.
Since it also contains the recipe to prepare megatoxin X.
The angel's recipe also contains the method to prepare the poison gas.
Is this a cookbook or the You know, I can't say that without.
Are you familiar with the chemical known as instant death?
I mean, it was a book that the pharmaceutical companies wanted.
Does this mean that you've also seen the contents of the angel's recipe?
I know why it's called Angel's Recipe. You're gonna be seeing angels after making that shit.
That's a given, of course. The pharmaceutical company I work for is the pharmaceutical company I work for is the Master Group. It's the company that makes the Cold Killer X medicine.
The fuck? Big Pharma really is the villain.
Cold Killer X. This cold medicine that promises it kills cold good.
After Jeffy got declared guilty, the company took the recipe book back.
Jeffy?
Tables, it's you.
Well, only a small elite group of only a small group of elite pharmacists have been allowed to see it, though.
Edgeworth, you're up. So this woman is also part of the small group of elite pharmacists. Please tell me the reason why you hit this cloth.
Oh, I guess I have no choice, since the cat's out of the bag. I found this cloth floating in the fountain. And right after that, it was called to the Autumn Palace.
So that's the moment Larry captured it in his so-called sketch of beauties.
At first, I thought one of the fluorescent cloths I'd given Katie had washed away.
But didn't you only give 4 fluorescent cloths as a present to this museum?
There were 4 fluorescent cloths covering the sculptures in the Autumn Palace, right? So that's when I realized that this was the cloth that went missing 18 years ago. The poison gas broke out because someone thrown my megatoxin in. So I thought the fluorescent cloth had also been used for the crime. I was afraid I'd be suspected, so I didn't say anything about it to anyone.
I see.
But I sure felt a lot better after talking about it. Stress isn't good for your figure after all.
Have you seen your figure?
It's crazy. 18 years
she
ago, the cloth that was wrapped around the body went missing. Who would have thought it would turn up in the fountain along with the body? Given to Delicia, the cloth that vanished 18 years ago was found floating in the fountain. Fuck you. Damn.
Someone's speeding.
Someone's dying.
That's what I heard.
Oh god.
Oh god.
Girl, how black could I be?
Fuck.
Miles, how's the investigation going?
Sounds so dejected.
Well, little by
Oh,
little, I'm
Blue.
beginning to see the entire truth behind this case.
Oh, that's good to hear. Uncle Ray had better not fall behind either.
Oh, that's it. This case seems to have a lot in common with the case 18 years ago.
I agree. The melted ice in the Winter Palace and the body of the victim were from 18 years ago.
I wonder why nobody ever noticed the body was missing after all this time.
The only family Mr. Dover had was a young son. His son and Mr. Gustavia's son, who attended the same elementary school. After the case, they both went missing.
What? And they haven't been found yet?
I haven't heard any news about Mr. Gustavia's son being found. But as for Mr. Dover's son, he was found and his inheritance was delivered to him. And because of that, Mr. Dover never had a proper funeral. The way that they were able to make it look like the body had been in police custody. The autopsy report had also been forged, so nobody but the defense ever found out.
Von Karma, you would go that far.
He said, make the child go poof.
Mr. Shields, could you tell me what kind of person Miss Hall is?
Miles, don't tell me. You're also interested in Katie?
Damn.
No.
Well, all joking aside, all Uncle Ray can say is, the Kate I know is a truly admirable woman. For 18 years, she always wanted to remain here and wait for Master's return. However, she was driven out of the mansion by Master's relatives.
What? She was driven out of the mansion?
That's because Kate isn't related by blood to Mr. Master. With no family and her job taken from her, she could only live on with the song and dance that Mr. Master had taught her. Well, she's now retired as a world-famous actress, though.
Why did she retire?
Because she had already saved up enough money to buy this mansion.
Damn.
It seems that she even got back the Angel's recipe that had been taken by the Master Group.
Kate got back the mansion and the Angel's recipe for Mr. Master's sake.
This mansion,
She's an old man
where
today.
she had lived with Master, had been everything to her. She probably just wanted to take back everything that she lost.
It seems that Mr. Shields sympathizes with Miss Hall. But you could also say that her actions have taken away everything Mr. Master had. Logic time.
What will I be wrong about today?
Whoops. The method used to set off the poison gas is explained in the Angel's recipe. And the current owner of the Angel's recipe is Miss Hall.
Ah, so that means...
Indeed, it means that it is possible she knew how to set off the poison gas. With this, we can expose our lies for what they are.
Sus.
First,
This lift trolley has just been left here.
I wonder if it was used recently to carry something heavy.
The surface of the platform appears to be wet.
I remember seeing this lift trolley someplace before.
You mean during the IS-7 incident?
Ah, that's right, I remember now. It was in Dover's room. If I remember correctly, it was used to transport the ice sculptures. The lift trolley has a feature that allows you to adjust the height and angle of the platform. With just one of these, a single person can move these sculptures all by themselves.
18 years ago, Dover used this to carry his ice sculptures. The surface of the platform is wet.
Wow, how convenient. I want one too.
Why is there a lift trolley here? I guess that's something we need to think about.
Yes, it could be related to this case.
Investigation complete.
We did it, guys! Yay!
Now, all that's left is to wait for the results of the teapot.
That's a nice ending.
Damn.
We won.
Yeah.
Now poor boy can get back to his grand fight with his
Table, shut the fuck up.